Today we've got a product that I've been excited to review for a while, and that is the Rugged Radiant 762. Quick disclaimer, this was sent to me by Rugged for review. They said I can be as honest as I want with it. I had actually already run this can before. I ran it at TRIARC filming when we did the Rugged video for them, and then at the Average Joe's Range Day, Rugged came out as a sponsor. They had a bunch of guns there and cans for people to try out, and they actually let me run this can on my gun for the whole day. So I ran it there. I really liked it. I said, hey, is there a possibility of getting one long-term to do a review on? So we worked all that out. They sent me this out, and yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I've been running it for a couple months now, and it's been pretty awesome. But a little bit about the can. It is a 762 can, obviously rated up to 300 rum. There are no barrel length requirements for this can, so you can run it as short as you want. When it ships, it does come with a few things. So you're going to get, obviously, the can. It comes in two configurations. It is a modular can, so you're going to have the full-length version, and then you have the K version. It's going to come with their little micro brake. I opted to run the flash hider, as you can see here. And the reason I did that is because when I'm not running the can, I felt like it was really obnoxious to run a brake on a 10.5, so I opted for the flash hider. It also comes with a little tool to take off your end cap. So it's got these little teeth in there. You put it in the end cap, and then you just unscrew. And that's so you can quickly change from the full-length version to the K version. And then there you go. So the entire can is made from grade 5 titanium, except for the baffles inside of the K version. Those baffles are actually going to be stellite. Everything else, including the baffles in the extension or the modular piece, are all going to be grade 5 titanium, including the end cap. The finish on it is actually a Cerakote finish. It is a heat-treated Cerakote finish. Since it is a modular can, it allows you to run it in two configurations, in the long version and then the short version. And this keeps you from having to buy two separate cans depending on your end use. So if you're putting it on different guns, you can run the longer version if you have like a bolt gun, and you can run the shorter version if you have like a CQB gun or something you're keeping by the bedstand, something like that, or if you're running it in vehicles. So it's a nice option to have instead of having to buy two cans. With the full-length version, the overall length is going to be 7.5 inches with a weight of 12.1 ounces. And then if you run it in the K configuration, you're looking at 5.1 inches and 9.4 ounces. And again, these end caps are modular too, so you can change these out. You can run a 5.56 end cap on there. And they also make a flash hider version. They call it the little tactical dreidel, I think is what he called it. But it does help reduce the flash coming off the end of the cap, or the end of the gun, off the end of the can. And the sound difference between the full length and the K, they say, is about 8 decibels with 308. I didn't test the decibel ratings because I feel like there's too many factors that go into that. So I just went off of what they said. I'm more concerned about the other performance factors of it. These cans also come with a unconditional lifetime warranty, so no matter what the issue is, they'll find a way to fix it one way or another. And so I think that's pretty awesome. My experience with the Rugged Radiant has been really good so far. It's made the gun more enjoyable to shoot. I will say that in the long configuration, there is a noticeable difference in the gun being quieter, as well as it running smoother. In the K configuration, it's not as quiet. There's a little bit of sound signature reduction, but more so the concussive blast. So that's not to take away from the K configuration. It is still viable to use if you're doing CQB stuff, if you're running in and around vehicles. It's going to reduce that blast, and it's going to reduce some of that audio. But if you're running the full configuration, that's when you're going to notice a big difference in how quiet the gun is. I mean, again, not completely silent, but a very noticeable difference. Makes it more comfortable to shoot, especially if you don't have ear pro on, or if you're just running in-ears, or some that just don't have as good of protection as far as sound goes. The long version is going to be the way to go. And it does make the gun run smoother. In my experience, it has smoothed out the way my 10.5 runs. Not to say that it ran bad, but it just made it that much more enjoyable. But on the flip side, I did have to move up to, so I'm running a Voltor system in my 10.5, and I did have to move up to an A5H3 in there as opposed to the A5H1. But the gun still runs either way, with or without the can. But again, it has been really enjoyable to shoot. And I will say that it doesn't feel heavy on the end of the gun, because a lot of times you think 7.5 inch can is going to make the front of that gun feel really heavy. But on this 10.5, It doesn't make it feel heavy, and I think that is attributed to the fact that it is a titanium can, so it is really lightweight, and it doesn't make the gun feel like it's front heavy and wanting to pull the gun down. It makes the gun feel just as balanced as it did before. I will say that the one thing that I did notice that I would like to change is running the flash hider end cap. There is a flash occasionally out of the end of the can, so especially if you're running low light stuff or under nods, it would be ideal to put that flash hider on there to reduce that signature. But other than that, everything has been great. The gun runs smooth without it. There isn't a ton of back pressure. I haven't noticed an excessive amount of back pressure. I haven't noticed an excessive amount of gas coming out of the gun compared to shooting non-suppressed. One other issue that I did have with the can was that this end cap did come loose, and I think that was more so user error than it was an issue with the can, because we were switching back and forth from the K version to the full-length version, and I think I just didn't tighten it all the way down. So I noticed at the end of the day when I was taking the can off, I felt like there was a little bit of a rattle to it, or that it felt kind of loose, and it was just that end cap coming off. But that's on me. That's not anything attributed to the can, because I haven't had an issue with it since when running it like that. Also, something that I really enjoy about this gun, and every suppressor maker has their own lockup system, right? So you have some that have the ratchet system. OSS has the reverse thread. There's a few different ones out there, but they have theirs, what's called their dual taper. And I don't really know what all that means, but you have this go, no-go line on your muzzle device. And what you do is you thread the can on, and then once it's all the way on, then you take your locking collar, you thread that down, and then that covers up the no-go. So then all you see is the go. If you can see the no-go, the can's not properly mounted. So it's pretty simple. So if I were to undo this, you can see that no-go, or if this isn't threaded all the way, and then I try to lock this down, you can still see that no-go, right? So then it's not properly installed. So back that off, tighten it all the way down, and then you put your locking collar down, boom, you're done. And I like that lockup system. It's really simple, really intuitive. All in all, the Rugged Radiant is a can that I would highly recommend, especially if you're looking for a modular can that's lightweight and you can use across multiple calibers. It retails for $1,300, but considering that you're getting 2 cans in one and then the modularity of it, I think it's fairly priced. I will leave a link down below to Rugged so you can go pick one up if you're interested in it. If there's something you feel like I left out, leave it in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. If you haven't already, karate chop that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Good one. That's what she said. Blech. I got something in my eye. Product placement. Okay, come on. Wait.
Wait, yeah. I fucked up. Joke, part 14, take 82.
Okay.